Hi, I'm Mary.
I'm Durga.
That's Durga. And we have now completed the 90-day program with Jesus with week 12. And it seems like time totally collapsed. I can hardly believe this is the end of our 12 weeks. And it's just been so focused and so power packed that I guess that's what makes time collapse. We're just focused not on time or doing, but on being with. Actually, the topic for this 12th week was Holy Communion and Christ control. And we got into the Holy Instant, the Song of Prayer, the Great Raise. It all comes to like a culmination of what is the purpose of this spiritual path, or awakening, or cease to deny divinity, and that is just being present now in direct communion with God. So the whole focus this week, it took us a week and a half, was on Holy Communion and looking deeply at what stands in the way, why we don't want to totally answer yes to the last unanswered question and say, yes, I'm willing to look at what I deny because it's the truth. And what is it that stands in the way? What beliefs, what desires stand in the way of my direct communication with God? So, these experiences go beyond words. So it's kind of hard to just kind of like pull them into words. What Jesus has been showing me is that these experiences of direct communion with God, with the Holy Spirit, with Jesus, do not have to do with doing. They don't have to do with trying to accomplish something, or get the curriculum over with or get the content. It's not like we think of in the world as arriving at something. So Doug's and I have completed our 12 weeks. Have we arrived at something? Well, the way I experienced this was just a greater ease and rest in being willing to be in the presence of God, just being willing to be there without a lot of concepts and ideas, because so much that came up in this 90-day program was about all my concepts and ideas about who I think God is, who I think Jesus is, who I think I am, who I think the world, what I think the world is. And in Jesus, the New Covenant, it talks about a new way of looking at everything, and a new way of looking at a relationship with God. And it's not about anything out there, and it's not about the past, and it's not about the future. It's about when I check in and ask Holy Spirit, or the voice for God within, what is it you want me to see right now? What is most useful right now for the healing of my mind? And then stop and listen. And that's what this whole week was about. Words are still used, but it's to take us to the point of the direct experience where words are no longer necessary. And there's such, with the 3 questionnaires this week, what is Holy Communion? What are the blocks to Holy Communion? What is Christ consciousness? And what does Jesus say about that? And then what is the Song of Prayer? And in there also were questions about asking Jesus, what are the great rays? And here again, all of this is focused on asking a question, getting quiet, asking within, and then writing down what we hear. And so in that whole practice, we are communing with God. So much of this program, all of this program has been about that. How do we let go of all our concepts and ideas and just go directly within and ask and listen and speak? My ego mind wants to say, well, okay, you got this, but you're still messing around with that one. And you're still really floundering with that. And yet it's all about coming back and coming back and coming back. And refocusing my attention. I have a huge issue with mind wandering and bringing the mind back and bringing the mind back, remembering and remembering, so that practice over and over again is applied to everything. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, what I learned this week, the first questionnaire was, what is Christ control? And is the Christ control necessary for the atonement? So Christ control is giving all the control to God, which is very difficult for me because I want to control everything and want to plan everything. Yeah, so Christ control is about trusting God that you are taken care of. So these questionnaires really helping little steps. These are like little steps to trust God and see that you have been taken care of and listening to Jesus. And why is it necessary the Christ control for the atonement? Because I do not know what to look for whenever some upset come. I think about this is the upset, but at bottom of it there's something else. So I need to be told what is the upset really about. Otherwise, I just keep working on the surface. So Christ control is like the faster way to atonement. It's about being guided. And to see how much you are loved. And this led to second questionnaire, which was about Holy Communion. And Holy Communion is like being one with the Father all the time. and realizing that it's like constant communication with God. Keep asking Him about everything, even the smallest thing we think this is too small and I don't need guidance in that. That is the place where you ask for guidance. So, all the desires which came up for not being in constant communication with God is like mind wandering and just doing anything else but to communicate with God. So, when we are doing the clearings over here in the light circles, most of the time it is like I will do anything else but communicate with God. All my, all my, I don't know, it's just like I don't want to communicate with God. So, all my actions and my thinkings and it's everything about not communicating with God. Holy Communion is act of love. It's from Father to Son. So Holy Communion is necessary to clear the desires. It will guide you in the right direction. And the third question here was Song of Prayer. And in that, what I heard was every brother is your call. Is whenever you're calling your father, every brother is answer to that. Every brother is bringing that love of God to you. And we all are song of prayers. And every brother is reminding you that you are not alone. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dogs.